This is ESPR Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Savage Dan. We're in Bournemouth for the press conference today. Dan, thank you for your time. I know it's probably been a long day for you, long day yesterday, long day tomorrow. First question is, how are you? Just thoughts on the press conference today, not your usual press conference settings.
No, you don't usually get one on a pier in the beach, but it's a lovely day for it, honestly. I thought the press conference went well. I was looking for a little bit more needle. We didn't really get it, but I get it. There isn't really that much needle on this card. You might get a little bit here and there on the undercard, but Bill Smith and Okolie is where I'm really concentrating at. And it was all very respectful. I get it. No, there is no real animosity there, and as much as we might want to see it manufactured out of nowhere, it's going to take one of them to spark it. I think they're just too focused and ready for fighting.
Obviously, we all know the story of Shane McGuigan. Laurence Okolie, obviously, you used to train with them, now being trained by Sugar Hill. What have you got any insight into why the split happened, why Okolie left Shane McGuigan, what the relationship like is now, if they're on talking terms, anything like that at all you can tell us?
From what I know, it was all pretty amicable. It's more based on location, logistics than anything. Obviously, Shane has been with Chris since at the beginning, absolutely, probably from debut, innit? Okolie came in, obviously world champion, top dog, but I just think that the logistics, from what I understand, it was just based on one moving to Dubai and this and all of that, and being able to split time between people. Shane's obviously a busy trainer, and he's got more than a few top fighters that he kind of needs in position. He needs them near to come into the McGuigan gym rather than him to fly to Dubai to do camp or whatever it is. So from what I understand, it's just that. No bad blood.
Yeah, fair enough. Looking forward to Saturday night. Not assuming, obviously Laurence Okolie's the favourite, not assuming he's going to win, but if I was to ask you, do you think this is his last fight at Cruiserweight? Or if I said to you that's what my opinion is, what would your response to be? Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't know. To me, it doesn't look like he struggles. He said to me in the last camp for David Light, if it is too difficult, he will say he will say, I'm going up to heavy. But I think he made it comfortably enough. He looks nice and light on his feet. He looks ready, man. He really does. It doesn't look like it was a super hard slog. It was obviously, is it 9 weeks since David Light? So he's straight out of camp and straight into another one. Not much time to put on that much weight, etc., etc. So it's probably the easiest he's made it, if I'm totally honest. I think he sticks around, and if I was him, I probably would stick around at Cruiserweight as well, because you've got a world title. It hasn't been easy to tie up everyone else for unifications and stuff like that, but there's still a lot here at Cruiserweight for him. You've got Riapo, potentially. You've got Apata, you've got who beat Mugabe the other day? It was Badu Jack. So there's still unification opportunities for him. If I was him, I'll stay at Cruiser as long as my body wants me to.
Yeah. Well, we will see what happens, but again, not assuming Laurence Okolie's going to win. It's a great main event on Saturday night. Just one word on the undercard, Dan. I think it was a shame that the Chamberlain-Mikel Lowell fight fell through. Sounds like Isaac Chamberlain still wants that fight. He was wearing the T-shirt today. Do you think that fight's still going to happen?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it does. As soon as that fight fell through, Isaac was on the phone to me straight away. He was telling me everything's come together for this camp. He righted a lot of wrongs, fixed a lot of things, and he was absolutely flying. So when it fell through, he was proper upset. And because of it, he's not going to let this go. He's not going to let this go. Not many people want to fight Mikel Lowell because he is, I wouldn't say he's unorthodox, but he's a huge puncher. And it's not like he's a super slick star, but he can end the fight like that very quickly, very easily. He can just put hands on you and it's over. The fact that Isaac wants it so much says a lot about where he thinks he is. I want to see that fight. That was for me the fight that I was looking at to be fight of the night, maybe even more than top of the bill. But he's just going to have to, do his camp justice, go out there against a different opponent and put on another good performance. Get straight on the Sky Sports mic and call out Mikel Lowell again.
Yeah, fingers crossed we do see that fight. Final question from me, Dan. There's been talks about ring walk times this week. I know everyone's aware of the 3 big fights happening all over the UK. BT Sport have reiterated that they want a 9 p.m. ring walk time for their main event of Conlon Lopez or Lopez Conlon. Anything you can tell us about the potential ring walk time for you guys on Saturday?
Not really. I think we're going to just go as we usually would. I can't remember how many fights there are on this card, maybe 9 fights or something like that. It's going to be... you can try and design these nights as much as you want, and usually it's not going to go how you want it. The fight you think that is going to be a first round knockout ends up going 6, and all of a sudden you lose 21 minutes or whatever it is. So I think we'll be aiming somewhere between a 10 and 10:30 ring walk.
Savage, Dan, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of the fight week. Speak to you soon, okay?
Thanks, mate. Have a good one.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Thanks, Dan.